There we go. Sorry about that. I don't know why my OBS set my stuff to default. That's kind of annoying. Let's get some music on in the background, and we're gonna have a good stream today. I am ready to get some stuff done. Uh, yeah, I'm very excited for this next part to come out. This is definitely by far the best one. This will be the best part to come out. Whoops, I need to mute myself on here. But Mort, what's going on? Welcome. This next part will by far be the best part. Like there is no if, and, ors, or buts about it. This will be the best part. I've already got a specific scene done in it that is like the biggest part of it, and it will be fantastic. I am looking forward to it very much. Let me see here. I want to get some music going. This should work. Hopefully it's not too loud. It's a little loud in my ears. There we go. I don't even know if y'all can hear it. Yeah, everything is set to default. This is so stupid. No, it's echo. Oh, brother. Come on. Let's do this. And turn that on. I should be... What is going on, bro? Why do I have echo? I've never had this issue before. Moondrop, welcome. I'm doing all right, other than the fact of my audio sucks. Like it randomly does this. Like I cannot use OBS for like a week, and then it sets everything to default. It is the most annoying ass thing. Like I had no mic audio or anything because of this. Let me see. I really don't even know what to do. Why do I have an echo? I shouldn't be able to hear my own desktop audio on OBS. Maybe if I just set the default? Maybe? Okay, maybe it's just the video I was on. I don't know. It sounded horrible. Anyways, welcome Moondrop. How are you? I apologize. I'm a little bit of a mess. Okay, we are all good to go. We're good. Stream set up, we're good. Finally on episode 861 and 862 are one piece. Nice! You're getting close. Getting very, very close. I'm on Pokeroad right now. Nice. I am working on script writing for part 8 because I'm so behind on... Well, I wouldn't even say I was behind. Well, I guess in the long run I was. But I basically am just redoing the script because of how the plot turned out in the end of the Christmas part. So, because I planned this whole thing out for like a Fuchsia City arc, essentially. And... now that I've had the crew go back to Pallet Town, which I think was the best way of doing a Christmas special, now I gotta capitalize on leaving Pallet Town again, and then, you know, going from there. Because spoilers, I'm not having them go straight back to Fuchsia City. I think that'd be kind of dumb. I think it would have defeated the purpose of even going back to Pallet Town in the first place. So, I'm changing some stuff. Trying to keep some good stuff that I had that's getting a little messed up. But I think it's turning out good. I have a good chunk of the script done already, and I think it's turning out good. We have returning characters that I was excited for in the last part, or that was planned for the last part. That's going to happen in this part. So I'm excited for that. I won it 32 times. Nice. But, yeah, I'm just... looking forward to kind of getting this done. Because once I start that, I can start visuals and all that, and voiceover and everything. And I genuinely want to start getting these Pokemon Prospect parts out faster. Like, I feel like especially... I hate that it took me so long to get the Christmas part out, and it was still so short. Doing Psychic only in ZA. Nice. So what, you'd have Alakazam, Medicham. You got good Psychic options. Beldamline, Metagross. I'm trying to think of who else. Psychic types. You two you wouldn't get till post-game. My hair's like all messed up right here. Gotta be showing my acne on my forehead. Why was the thumbnail of the starting soon in front of Unova? It's just, I guess, laziness. But when I was doing the Black 2 streams, the Blaze Black 2 streams, that's what I had for like the starting soon screen. It used to be Pallet Town. I just never changed it back. I got Mega Medicham, Mega Slowbro, Meowstic, Malamar, Alpha Gardevoir, and Metagross. That is a baller team. Very good. Got good secondary typings for good versatility, I guess. Good options. Ooh, there we go. I just got like a good tab set up of how to set like have my stream chat on the side, and then have my my thing on, or my stream on the left side, and then my script writing on the right side, so you can just have both open at the same time, not switch. Because I don't have any, like, my phone or tablet or anything set up, or a laptop set up on the side of my desk here like I normally do. I just kind of jumped in and jumped on stream. Also, now that I'm, like, opening this on my computer rather than my phone, it's actually showing, like, all my grammatical errors on my computer, and I'm like, holy shit. Because a lot of the time I've been working on this in bed. Like, I just lay down. Like, if I'm hanging out with my girlfriend or something, I will work on the script just sitting on my phone. It sits on a Google Doc. And, yeah, it's just a lot of grammar mistakes, I guess. And I guess, I don't know if it's just too long for my phone to pick it up. Like, all the grammatical errors. Like, it'll pick up specific stuff, but, like, spelling mistakes, it just won't pick up. So now I'm just seeing some of the mistakes here, and I'm like, oh, man. I realized a couple days ago you didn't go through the cave on Pokemon Platinum. What cave? What cave are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about on Stark Mountain to get Heatran. Man, I wasn't too worried about it. The Nuzlocke was already over. It was like a victory run. Dude, I have a great thumbnail. I commissioned a good price on a very high quality thumbnail for that to make like a supercut video. And the Elite Four. Well, I had to have gone through to go to Victory Road. I mean, I'm talking about Victory Road as a cave, but yeah, I had such a good thumbnail plan for that, for like the super cut up, or like this is just a video watch version of like the whole entire first Nuzlocke experience. I haven't even started. I've got so much other stuff just to work on that I haven't even sat down to go through, because I have to go through every single stream, get specific parts to re-record, make a script for it. It's gonna take forever. I'd like to get it out sometime this year, though, considering the Nuzlocke was like 5 months ago, and get that video out, because I think that video would do really well. I'm just kind of like, I don't want to go through it, but, well, it's not even just that. Like, I feel like I'd enjoy actually watching over my rerun of it, but it's just the fact that I know it's going to take forever, and I've got so much other stuff that I need to get out. Like, Pokemon Prospect, I need to make more of a priority, and I don't. Because there's just, like the in-between the Saffron part, like the whole Gengar episode, or plotline, I guess, you know, or part 5, or part 6, I guess I should say, to the Christmas part, was like 4 or 5 months, maybe more. And, you know, it wasn't even that much that I put into the Christmas part. I don't want to be releasing like 3 parts a year. I think I got 4 in the last year, so that's 1 every 3 months, if you look at it like that. But I don't know. I want to finish Kanto. I'm ready to get Kanto's story done and move on to the next one. And we're starting to get there. But there's big plot points right now. Like, there's Team Rocket coming up. There's big gym battles coming up. There's rivalries that are not concluding, but they're just getting more climactic. And then, you know, there's the Pokemon League. And I have no idea what the hell I'm doing for... I mean, I have an idea. I have characters already planned for the Pokemon League that have already shown up. But... I don't know. I'm ready to get Kanto done just so I can expand onto other regions. And start expanding the story, because I've got new characters that are ready to be introduced that I haven't gotten introduced yet. And, you know, I've got world building to do. Like, there's still so much to do. And that's where this sucks, because I gotta do this all myself on top of working my full-time job and, you know, doing Cobblemon, because I want to get stuff more consistently posted. That's the whole purpose of Cobblemon, is to, A, get a little more gaming on my channel, because I want to play games, but I want to post on YouTube, so that's like the best middle ground I have. But, you know, it all takes time, especially the editing, and putting Pokemon Prospect together does take forever. But yeah. The good thing is I can work on the script anytime, whether I'm out or not. But to do, like, the actual visuals takes forever. Anyways, enough of me bitching, because I got stuff to do. But yeah, the cave on Pokemon Platinum, I don't have any idea what you're talking about when it comes to that. Also, with the music, is there an echo or is that just me? I think you should take your Charmeleon when it evolves into a Charizard and bring it to the Kalos region. Alright. So... never mind. I can't say that. I can't say what would happen there. But I agree. I agree with that. But I can't say what's going to happen because of Johto. But it is interesting. It's different. You're not going to think... It's not just a copy-paste of what Ash did. I'll tell you that. That'll probably give most of it away, but... Oh, God. I don't know what to do for this. I'm now at the part where I need to start getting, like, Team Rocket lore put in. And I don't know how I want to go about it. I'm kind of struggling with that. Bro, I don't get why ad blocker does not work on Bulbapedia. It is annoying. I have ad blocker on my computer. It works for everything except Bulbapedia. Bulbapedia still has pop-ups, and it's so annoying. I wonder, do I have my... Okay, I do have my filters on for my mic. Okay, good. I was a little worried I was going to have to adjust my mic settings. Why did you change your character look after the first couple episodes? So, the reason for that is just so I wasn't blatantly ripping off of... Because the character from that is literally just like a little edited version of an Ace trainer, I think it is, from Pokemon Stadium 2. Or 1. It might be from... I'm pretty sure it's from 2, though. But it's literally just like the trainer from that. The trainer, like the actual official trainer art for that. And then I put Red's like little leaf logo from his hat on where the Pokeball is on that shirt. And, you know, I didn't want to just keep that. Official 9, hello, welcome. Bro, I almost killed the Alpha Salamence. Salamence, then daytime came. Oh! Yeah, that level 60 Alpha Salamence in I think Area 18. Yeah, that one's quite a fun one to fight. That's like a fun, just random boss fight I feel like you could fight. Like, if you just want to go in, start throwing hands with a Pokemon that's like insanely strong, it's just there. Are you doing a Nuzlocke? No. Nuzlocks are done for now. The Platinum one's been done, but I do want to work on the actual video of that. So I have a really good thumbnail made for it. No, right now I'm just working on script writing for the fan fiction series I have. But yeah, the reason I needed to change like the actual trainer art and get something, I wanted something A, more original, but B, because you can tell like the face and the hair and everything actually who are the people you're traveling with based on. So obviously there's me. There's my best friend Kale, who like IRL is my best friend. Like we used to live together. We know pretty much the same amount about Pokemon. He knows a little more on the competitive side. And then Arm is just like universal counterpart of Leaf, and then Brawly's just Brawly. Brawly's just there. I feel bad because I want to give Brawly like some attention, but there's not much I can do that, you know, like, I don't know. Okay, gotta go. I'll come on any other live because I have exams on 17th. Subscribe to you. Thank you very much for subscribing. Have a great day. Hope the exams go well. Take care. But yeah, it sucks. It sucks because Brawly literally is just kind of there. He's essentially just there to be like the Brock of the group. You know, like he gives vitamins. He helps train. You know, he has a pretty decent goal, and it makes sense for why he's in Kanto. But in just throughout the journey of Kanto, there's not much I can do for him. Like, I gave him a Tyrogue that, you know, it makes sense. It evolves into 2 Kanto Pokemon or a Johto Pokemon. But other than that, you know, he only had 2 other Pokemon. I don't plan to do what they did with Brock and make him, like, catch types outside of his specialized type. So I don't know. It sucks, because Brawly is just kind of there. But I wanted Brawly to be, like, the big brother, I guess. I'm more of trying to make him as, like, a big brother kind of protector of Arum, who's not as well-versed in battling as the other 3 are. But, you know, and then there's that, but I'm also trying to make it like, oh, Arum's now becoming her own character, you know? So I'm not a very big storyteller. Especially when the stories only come out like once every few months. awesome. Oh, it's my camera in here. I have a motion detecting camera here in my office here, or in my game room, whatever you want to call it. And it's sitting right on the fridge over here. It just keeps going off. I think it's like getting the shadow up the wall. I think you should add another girl to the group. I'd like to, but the only, like, I thought about Misty because I think Misty's a pretty cool character, but I don't want to copy and paste Ash. So I don't know. I do want to add another girl to the group. Actually, in the next, I'll just reveal it. In the next part, Hayasaka and her friends come back. But, and I do want them to kind of hang out again, like in, what was it, part 4 or 5? Part 5, I think it was. But, obviously they're not going to be, like, permanent traveling members. But I do want them to, like, travel together for a little bit. The problem is we're starting to push up onto the league now. And, yeah, it's looking like we're about to come to the end. I am excited because Hayasaka will become a better character in future regions. I have a really good plan for her. But yeah. I'm looking forward to getting Kanto done. I don't want to rush it though. Because it's like the first series, so I don't want to, you know, make it rushed. I think Johto will be a lot more fast-paced though. Because Johto really, in general, doesn't offer a lot. But also, you know, it's, like I said, I know exactly where to pick up the Team Rocket plot from there. I know, you know, how to go through the gyms and everything. I know what major plot points they're going to be. And it literally would just be like Kanto 2. And then we would move into the next part, which I'm excited for the end of Johto. The end of Johto would be cool. Coming in 2030 at the rate that I'm going, but let me look at my bullets here. So now I'm finished with like my bullet points. Who's the oldest in the group besides Brawly? I would say, if anyone, it would be Kale, but they're all 18. I need to actually do, like, a little post tab to reveal all the ages. But, I would say, I think the way I'm kind of seeing it, Hunter, Arm, and Kale are all, like, 18. And then Brawly is, like, 22, I'd say. I'd say Brawly's like 22, 23. I think those are good ages for them. Because, like, Hunter and Arm are fresh out of Indigo Academy. Like, this is, like, take graduating high school, and then it's just, like, that next year after high school. That's basically how this is. So now they're kicking off as Pokemon trainers. They're going into their careers. And, you know, like, Arm doing the daycare stuff. Brawly being a soon-to-be gym leader and stuff. My Metagross caught up to the team. Nice! Good to see. Good to hear. So I'd say they're all within the same age range. And Kale, he's different. We'll learn more about Kale soon. Why are they 18 instead of 10? I don't like the fact that Pokemon trainers are 10. I don't like that. I think that, you know, if you're going out into the world on your own like that, I think they should be more adults. And I also don't want to write a story of kids. I just don't like that. I don't know. Especially when, you know, it's the one thing that Pokemon just doesn't exactly understand. I get it does appeal more to kids, or it's made for a younger demographic, but I do want some, like, more mature audiences to be able to watch the series too. Which, I mean, anybody can. But I don't know. I feel like if they're just young adults, I feel like that's better. I don't know, especially with the shows that I grew up watching, like Ben 10, regular show. You know, obviously Ben 10 was 10 in the beginning, but, you know, in Omniverse, he's like 16 or 17. And, you know, I correlate, I think that's better because you don't have just all, it makes sense for, you know, a little more sense for, you know, an adult, a young adult to be facing like big corporation like Team Rocket, or facing adults like gym leaders and stuff. But you know, like just a 10-year-old kid, you know, your mom kicks you out of the house and sends you on a Pokemon journey. I don't know. I like the idea of, you know, I thought Arm was based off your girlfriend. No, she's not. Arm is literally just a green counterpart. Because Arm, well, actually, I've already revealed it in one of the parts, but Arm is based off of like Arm leaves, or an Arm tree. Like, it's like a flower, I think. But no, Arm is not like a girlfriend of anyone's. I don't really have any love interests planned in the series yet. I think I will have more in Johto, but not in Kanto right now. I don't know if I even ever plan on making, because my girlfriend's not big into Pokemon. Like, we watched a couple, actually we watched like 4 or 5 episodes of Pokemon, like the original anime, because we're on season 5 of Ash's journey, and we're starting to push up into the Johto League. But she's not as big into Pokemon, so it's like I don't know how to write a story for her. You know, and I don't think she's really too interested in that either, but, you know. And then also, I don't want to even think about this, but if something were to happen between me and my girlfriend, and I have her in a fan fiction series that I'm writing, it would be weird to, you know, have her in a series when we wouldn't be together. If that happened. Like I said, we live together now, and, you know, things are good, but, you know, anything can happen. Should I do Iron Defense or Power Up Punch instead of Flash Cannon? Iron Defense, 100%. Well, no, go Power Up Punch. I'm more, with Legends EA's battle mechanics, I am so just like, get in there and beat the shit out of them. How did you and her meet? She walked up to me as I was walking to my car at a burger place and asked for my number. It was crazy because I just got off of work and I looked like an absolute mess. But apparently that was good enough for her. Yeah, and then we just texted throughout the rest of it. It was like on a Wednesday. And then that Saturday we went out. And then things just worked out from there. And now we are almost 2 years in. So, yeah, we moved into the apartment here back in August. Beginning of August. End of July, beginning of August. And, yep, we are now pushing, like, 8 months of living together. I mean, we pretty much lived together before moving into this apartment, because she had an old apartment and stuff like that. But yeah. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I need to make bullet points again. I'm trying to write a script for bullet points. So the way I go about the script, I make like all the plot points and bullet points, and then below it is where I'll start like actually doing like a full-on script for it. And I'm trying to go on script, and it's just not working. I feel like I'm facing like a writer's block right now. Is your character gonna have a brother or series and sister in the series? Not a sister. I do have a brother IRL, but he's kind of the same as my girlfriend, just doesn't really, mess with Pokemon. But I don't know how I'd write him into the story. I've been thinking about it. I just don't know how I'd do it. Especially since, like, he wasn't there for the Christmas special, so I don't know. As of right now, probably not. Just because I don't know how I'd write him in. Did you have a Pokemon as a pet in the series, or no? What do you mean? Like, my mom's character in this has a Meowth as a pet. That's probably the closest thing. Why didn't I have Meowth as the first Pokemon? I'm not that big of a fan of Persian, which obviously it would need to evolve into. But, well, if I wanted to. But, so basically, for Alola, I don't know if you played Sun and Moon or not, but your mom has a Cantonian Meowth because your character's from Kanto. That was kind of what I wanted to go off of. I just kind of had Meowth there. It just kind of worked out. But, I don't know, it just, Meowth isn't just going to be a battler, you know? Meowth is just, mom's pet. Where, Hunter wanting to be a Pokemon trainer could use Meowth, but, he just wanted to catch his own Pokemon, get his own partner, and everything like that. And besides, Charmander has always been, like, my favorite, so... do here? Oh, excuse me. I don't know what to do for Cinnabar Island. I just spoiled that it's Cinnabar Island. Damn it. Oh well. It's not like the main thing here, but it is big. A big part of it. This next part. I always wondered how Ben took off the Omnitrix. Which time? I'm guessing at the end of the original series into Alien Force? I don't know if they ever did explain it. Oh, there's a whole Reddit about this. Yeah, someone said presumably Azimuth helped, which that's kind of what I was leading into. I think the idea was at some point he tried to live a normal life, opposed to original series when he was chased being a hero. And it makes sense because the last part of Ben 10 was Secret of the Omnitrix, where he meets Azimuth and everything. And then also, yeah, it probably was Azimuth, because if you remember, if you watched Omniverse, he lost feedback during a fight with Malware. And he came back home and he was depressed. And Azimuth was at his house, where he shows up to his house. And, you know, kind of gives him advice and stuff. And, you know, he was hurt by feedback for years. That was like trauma for years. And I think that's probably what led up to, you know, they probably didn't say, but yeah, I'm guessing that's what probably, he was like, look, Azimuth, I don't want the Omnitrix anymore. I just want to live a normal life. And it makes sense. You know, he lost his favorite alien. That's my guess. It is cool how Omniverse also added on to the original series story a little bit. Like, there was episodes literally dedicated to the original. Like, Adult Ben was not there. It was all, like the whole episode in Omniverse was based on 10-year-old Ben. There wasn't many. There was, like, maybe 4. But it was cool. What I thought was stupid is how Ben lost his Ultimatrix and got the Omniverse Omnitrix and never used it again in Alien Force. Wait, what? I'm confused. What are you talking about? The original Omnitrix turned into the Alien Force Omnitrix after he put it back on. Then, what, he gave Vilgax the Omnitrix, but blew it up in the end of Alien Force, got Albedo's Ultimatrix, broke that, and then he got the Omniverse Omnitrix. So, like, all of the Ultimatrix and the previous Omnitrix are gone. They were destroyed. And then, obviously, you know, he got the Omniverse Omnitrix. But they never explained how Ben 10,000 got the second one to where they could fuse, you know? Okay. Felt feedback should have been in the original Ben 10. I mean, they just didn't write it until Omniverse, which was, you know, 7 years later. Do you have a manager as a PokeTuber? No. I don't even make money off YouTube. I just do this for myself. Be nice. But no, I'm also just very picky about how stuff is done, so I just do it myself. No, I'm not one of them big PokeTubers that has like staff below them and stuff like that. The only thing like YouTube-wise that I would get help with is like thumbnails or artwork. Legacy does a lot of artwork for me and stuff like that. So. Ooh, I know how to help. We could look at the Pokemon Adventures manga. This could probably help. They could have used the same Ben 10K in Alien Force. An Ultimate Alien from the Ben 10 series. Oh yeah, that whole timeline thing was insane. Like how there was all kinds of basically just different Ben 10,000s. The whole like time warp thing in general throughout Ben 10 was kind of confusing. Oops. And how did future Ben and Ultimate Humongosaur use Ultimate Humongosaur if he has the Omnitrix and Ultimate Alien? It was confirmed that he had the Omnitrix and Ultimate Alien? That was probably like the worst showing of like Ben 10,000. Because he didn't turn into the aliens, he just got their powers. Like you didn't see a cool Humongosaur form. Or a cool spider monkey form. It was just like they showed a silhouette of it like above him, and then he turned into it. It was so stupid. I hated that. That's so dumb. Yo, do it, Matthew? Oh my gosh. The legend? Is that the legendary MT wallet 4 for 599? What? Is it really him? Does he know? Does he know? What is up, my slime? and his son Ken 10 was a weird episode. That was pretty. It wasn't bad. I mean, it's kind of like you kind of have to look at it as like a Goku Gohan thing for that. You know, he was literally just passed down like basically like the same Omnitrix at that time. If we're talking about like the original series episode. In Omniverse, I feel like it was a little all over the place. I don't know. And then in the original Ben 10 series, they also didn't reveal that Kai wasn't it Kaya? Yeah, it didn't even show his mom. Yeah, I was just about to say that. I think that was like the best the timeline was reset something. Yeah, it was insane. But what was her name? Wasn't it like Kaya or something? Kai Green. Look at me being an absolute legend, remembering that. Yeah, that was crazy. That timeline was so complex for a Cartoon Network show. It sucks because that's probably what I think Cartoon Network really struggles with, is just having a new series that has like complex timelines and cool like you know, plots and stories that actually build up over time, not like these cartoons that you can just watch, you know, any episode of. I don't know. I feel like they just miss out on story. Started playing Pokemon Go 7 days ago. What do I miss? A lot. About 29 years of stuff. There's a video on YouTube that fully explains the timeline. Yeah, there's a YouTuber that I used to watch when I rewatched the series. It was called The Ink Tank, I think it's called. Let me check what it's called. Yeah, there he is, The Ink Tank. His channel looks different from when I last watched it. I'm pretty sure this is where he explains like the whole entire timeline. Yeah, here it is. 6 years ago. It's insane. But yeah, it's the entire story of the Ben 10 Illustrated. 9.6 million views. I didn't realize there's like this is the Ink Tank's like a whole group of people. I did not know that. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like shows just really don't have that anymore. I don't know. Like we went to a resort over the weekend, and they had a Disney Channel show on. I forget what it was. It was like some half-ass Simpsons kid-looking show. Like all the characters were yellow and everything. I forget what it's called. But it's just dumb. You know, I don't know. Cartoons don't have or the original Teen Titans. I think Teen Titans Go is still good, but like I don't know. There's just not like tense stuff in shows anymore that gets you hooked. It's all just goofy-ass plots, and that's it. It's all slop. It's all slop is what it is. Yo. Okay. I think I figured out how I want to go about this plot that I've got going. And now I'm like cooking. I'm in like a flow state almost. What is my favorite Pokemon? Charizard. It's basic, but I like to give other choices too because Charizard's such a like everybody like a basic choice. But like I love Clodsire. Clodsire's really high up there. Gengar's a good one. Raichu's really high up there, especially now with Legend ZA. What else? I have some Pokemon back on the wall up there. Hawlucha. I love Hawlucha. I'm trying to think who else. Incineroar's pretty high up there. Electivire. Those are just a few. Oh, Torterra, bro. Torterra, man. GOAT. GOAT status, bro. GOAT status. Absolute greatest. Love Torterra. Torterra's probably one of my top 5 ever. Like, easy. Easy. Do you like Lickitung? No. Kind of boring. Licky Licky was a kind of cool evolution. You know, they made it better, but it's alright. I will find you, Kai. Whatever. Why, is Lickitung your favorite? I've never heard of someone say Lickitung is their favorite Pokemon. Hmm. Hurrah Blitz! Hello. I was not expecting to see you on the street. Welcome. I've seen your stuff before. Thank you for coming in. Hey, what's up? Keep up the great work in this fic. Question: why did you feel like starting your story in Kanto? And if not in Kanto, what other region would you have done? You had Hunter and Co go through first. Oh, good question. Great question. Okay, so there was 3 regions. I planned on doing Johto, to be honest, because Soul Silver was like the first game that I actually played through and beat. I played Fire Red on my cousin's like DS Lite that had like the Game Boy Advance cartridge, and I played a little bit of that, and that's how I got to like see Charmander and stuff. But I also watched the show at the time, so that was how Charizard also became like one of my favorite Pokemon. So I knew that, like, you know, Charizard's been my favorite since I was a kid. And so that's where I was like, okay, I kind of got to start it in Kanto. So the other two regions I would have done would have been Johto or Unova. Because Black 2, I actually played Black 2 before I played Black 1. But yeah, those would have been one of the other two regions. But when I was first making the series, I was just like, I gotta start with a Kanto, you know, I gotta start with Charmander because Charizard's gonna be my main guy. But I wanted to do a different region. You know, I didn't want to just be a copy and paste of Ash from Pallet Town. So either Unova or Johto would have been one of the other places. I thought about just doing New Bark Town since it's close to Kanto. But I saw that another YouTuber had his, like, OC as, like, from New Bark, but also went to Kanto. So I was like, I don't really want to copy someone. Just, like, blatantly do the same thing as someone else. So, I don't know. Either I thought about making, like, my character from a different city in Johto or something like that, but that was the reason why it started in Kanto. And I don't know. I like a lot of Kanto characters. Like, Ace in the series, who is obviously the counterpart of Gary or Blue. Blue is awesome. I love Blue. And I don't know, just in seeing Gary as a kid, like, I don't know, I just thought that was the coolest rival. Like, in every form of, or counterpart of Blue / Gary is awesome to me. In the manga, in the games, in the show. Like, I loved all of them. I loved how different they were, but I loved how they still, like, served the same purpose. His character design looks sick. Like, I don't know, I love him. Like, Blue is so cool. It's so cool to see, like, all the different teams he has. Like, because I feel like every version of him is so different. So, I don't know. It sucks to kind of do Kanto first because, you know, I'm just seen as like, oh, this guy's another Gen 1er. He just loves Kanto, huh? I feel like I'm pretty open to all of my Pokemon views, even though it doesn't seem like it when I tell people my favorites. But, like, Kanto wouldn't even be my favorite region. So. Gotcha, that's fair. I think it's got great potential so far to have, I think a great original potential is to have OCs start in non-starting towns. Imagine a Johto protagonist in Cianwood City and starting from there to be the main man because of the... Yeah, I can see that. That's a cool one. Because I like Cianwood City. It's like a nice beach city. If I did like another city... Let me just look at the Johto map. I shouldn't need to, but... I think, let's see, probably one of my favorite Johto cities. I like Goldenrod. Goldenrod's a cool one. And that one you can kind of correlate to Kanto as well because of the magnet train. Cianwood City's a cool one. Azalea Town's okay. I was gonna say Violet City. It's easy because oh yeah, Earl's Academy, yeah. I like Violet City. I like the theme of Violet City. Like the soundtrack, peak. So peak. I don't know, I could just easily do like one of those starter towns. I feel like when I do get to that though, it will probably be built up more in Johto. But I don't know. And then I also thought about doing like one of the original or one of the Black 2 cities. Like Esperetta City. Thought about doing that and having like Charon have the academy open after I would have moved out of Unova or something like that. I don't know. But this is all stuff I need to build up. It'll be built up later on. Like I said, that's why I kind of want to get through Kanto because I feel like I can do more story building once this is done. Violet City protagonist / rivals with Faulkner. I can see that. I'm excited for Faulkner in Johto because I am so ready to give him a new team. His team is atrocious in Gold, Silver, Heart Gold, Souls. It doesn't matter. He sucks in all of them. But his Black and White 2 team from the World Tournament is so cool. Faulkner. Like his Black and White 2 team, it had like Honchkrow, I think Dodrio. Oh, and then the Fighting Dojo team's cool too. Anime Faulkner had, yeah, they did Hoot Hoot and Dodrio, and then actually gave it Pidgeot, or gave him Pidgeot, which, that was nice, you know. If Ash was facing a Pidgeotto in the first gym of Johto, that'd have been a little dumb. Oh yeah, he's in the Pokeathlon. I forget how many characters show up in that. Let's see, Black and White 2. Yeah, he does Xatu. I feel like the way Faulkner looks, I think Honchkrow is such a sick Pokemon for him. I don't care that like Honchkrow's a technically Sinnoh Pokemon, because it works out because Murkrow's a Sinnoh or a Johto Pokemon. Like, I don't know, why, even if they were gonna do Pidgeotto as his ace, why they didn't just do Murkrow instead of Pidgey for his first Pokemon is beyond me. But I don't know, there's so many cool Pokemon they could have gave him. I mean, obviously you can't give him a Crobat, because, you know, he's the first gym, but I don't know. Like, I don't know, just giving him Pidgey and Pidgeotto is weak. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to Johto. I feel like Johto will have a lot more, I think we'll focus more on, like, actual backstories or stories of new characters, and, you know, have gym battles will be important, but I don't think they're going to be the main driving force like how they are in this series so far. Like, and then we can also pick up more on the Lugia story. Like, it's just, I'm so excited. I love Johto a lot, and I'm ready to get to it. That's why I'm like kind of pushing myself to try to get this done, but it does take a long time to make these. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Faulkner being fixed, Bugsy being fixed. I'm ready to get Bugsy a new team. I think I might do It's a living world and it's fan fiction. If you want to have Yanmega and Johto or Magmortar and Kanto, you can do it. Yeah, that is true. You can make a Kalos story where Galar and Paldea species are super rare, but... Ooh. Yo, you're kind of cooking something here. You're cooking so I didn't even think of that. Or like a Hisuian Growlithe some way in Kanto could be possible. I mean, I know it's technically in a whole different region that it would be, but still, it's like... I don't know, like, they gave a Hisuian Growlithe in Paldea because of Penny, you know? Or not Penny, what's her name? The photographer girl. Isn't it like Perona? No, not. I'm thinking of One Piece. Perona. What's the girl's name? Camera girl from Kitakami. Perrin, that's it. It's always the P names I forget. I get them mixed up. But yeah, like Perrin had a Hisuian Growlithe. This gives you, yeah. Oh, yo, Kuro, you are cooking. Kuro cooks, bro. Dang. Oh my gosh. That is such a good idea, actually. I would have to give that to a... Oh my gosh. And actually, I don't know if you've seen a channel called Pedro... I don't want to mispronounce it. He did like the animation of Pokemon Red and then Pokemon Gold and then did like a small series of Emerald. Pedro... Ardro? I'd probably butchered that, but... this guy's animation channel is like the coolest. The BDSP hideaways. My Brazilian goat. Yes, his animations are so sick, so sick. I was watching the Sonic Spider-Man yesterday when it came out, and this is such an underrated channel. It's got 722,000. This guy needs to have like 5 million. You know what I mean? Like, this is a peak channel with great work on it. The cool, like, evolutions and stuff like that. Like, this is such a cool channel. Why does it not have more, like, representation, or, not representation, like, more, or, like, the Dragon Ball and Sonic mixes. Like, all of these are so cool. And I was watching the Pokemon Blue part, where, he fought Koga. The animation on that was insane. He actually made me like Game Red and Game Blue. Yes, the references and stuff like that. Dragon Ball, One Piece references, movie references. Like there was a Godfather reference in with Giovanni. So sick, so sick. I like how Fuchsia is cherry ball. Yes, yeah, that was the whole ninja theme with like the cherry blossom. That was beautiful. That was really beautiful. I'm trying to think of what else. That series has so much peak in it. So much. I have a question for you. I know you've commented on my stuff a few times, but do I have you on Twitter? I do not know if I have you added on Twitter or not. I do not. I need to follow you on Twitter. I apologize for not doing so. But yeah, if you want to message me, I just sent you a thing on Twitter. But if you want to message me, because you've got great ideas here, and I've seen some of your videos before, like some of your fan fiction stuff and stuff like that. If you want to message me, go right ahead. If you want to like toss around ideas or something. But what was it? What video of yours was it that I watched? I forget. I've watched a few of yours. I'm trying to think which one it was. Oh, the Paul video. I remember watching the Paul video. No, it was your once two journeys. That's what I was watching. Yes, that's what it was. It was the journeys video back from not last year. Or no, it might have been last year. It's almost 5 years. Gosh, dang. Really? Didn't you do a second one? I don't think this is the. Oh no, that. Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, that is. Which one was it that I did watch the one from 4 years ago. But I thought there was another one you had. Yes, this one from 5 months ago. That's what it was. The 2025 one. I knew you had one recently. I knew it. That's what it was. From 2025. Okay. So it was not that long ago. I thought I was losing my mind. I was scrolling through. Which one did I click popular on accident? I filtered by popular. That's why I didn't go by latest. I'm sorry, but yeah, the 2025 one I watched because that was when I got tagged for the 2025 one as well. Yes, with Shiny Lugia. Yes. Um, but how do I think Ivor got his phalanx? Yeah, because they never said he was from a different region, did they? Legends, yay. Yeah, his thing doesn't. Hometown Lumio City, yeah. I'm trying to think. Did it say his sister was from anywhere outside of Lumios? No. Hmm. Those are probably my two favorite, some of my favorite characters in Legend ZA. I like how he when you're in the sewers and he breaks down the gate or whatever. I will say this game and M&J TV have made me like Phalanx so much more. Like I never thought anything of Phalanx until this game and what people thought of Justine in the XY series, bro. Oh yeah, dude, she's genuinely insane. That woman has like an authority issue or something. Like she's just such a like it's her way or the highway. You know what I mean? There's not even the highway. It's just her way. You know, she sets up like them Justine zones or whatever, like the purple wild zones or battle zones or whatever. Like it is literally her way or no way. There's it just does not happen. It's so insane. I feel like they should have done more with the XY rivals. Now that I'm looking at it, like Tierno, bro, dude, Tierno was such a missed opportunity. Aurora's Rock destroys Talonflame. The Ice destroys half of Ash's team, and Fairy type cooks Greninja. Ash would have had Pikachu versus Mega Clefable now. That would have been sick. That would have been sick. Gosh, I know I'm gonna just sound like a Charizard Glazer here, but what I would have done for Ash to bring Charizard to Kalos to have a Charizard Y. How come XY didn't have tournaments like in Black and White or Tag Battle like in TP? We could have had several, but yeah, there was. I feel like the closest thing we even got to that was like the summer camp arc, and it wasn't even all that. You know what I mean? It was literally just the three starters, the Kanto starters versus the Kalos starters, but instead of Froakie, it was Pikachu or something like that. I forget how that battle went. Because I thought it was like Clement, Serena, and Ash versus Tierno, Shauna, and Trevor. I'd let Talonflame be Serena's, the fletchling from her home. Yes! Absolutely, yes! But like, what was the point of having Charizard come back if you weren't going to take him to Kalos? He didn't even come back before the league. This was post-Unova run that he comes back. And then he just disappears. Charizard was with Alexa. Like, was around when Alexa was around. A woman from Kalos. It was set up so perfectly to send Charizard to Kalos, bro. And they just did not do it. Why? Why did they not do it? What do I hate about Ben 10? Not really much. Probably like original series Gwen. She was annoying. Imagine a world where Pignite comes with Ash to Kalos. Evo's in. Yeah. I mean, the only reason, obviously it didn't happen is just because of ZA. Or, they didn't have Mega Emboar back then. But that would have been cool. Dude, Pignite should have been Emboar in Black and White. I know it would have been like Infernape 2.0 or Charizard 3.0. Like how Lumio's trainer Zach once said it. But, I don't know. Gosh, that Unova team, man. Outside of Leavanny, Pignite, and Crocodile. Not a lot of cooking on that team. Even Charizard got like kind of manhandled after the Dragonite battle where he returns. You know what I mean? Like he fought Ninetales. He fought the two Dragonites, Claire and Iris's Dragonite, when they were fighting. He just gets mollywopped off to the side. Emboar, Seismitoad, Duwat, Scrafty. I'm okay with Scraggy staying as a Scraggy. I don't think it needs to become a Scrafty, but I feel like with how much development it had, could have been easily, could have been fun as a Scraggy, because Scraggy just had a lot of personality. And Gigalith, yeah, a simple trade. You had to trip with Conkeldurr. You know what I mean? Like, Why did we not like do some cool trade episode between Trip and Ash where one got Conkeldurr and one got Gigalith or something? It could have been a dumb episode for all I care. Like Ash, they could have done the trade and then went to do the trade back. And Charizard was giving Dragonite a tougher time than 3 genies were at Operation Tempest. Charizard, yeah. Yeah. I don't know about Cynthia's. Could it be Cynthia's guard? Well, yeah, because Cynthia was there, right? Gosh, my hair is a mess. I need to get it cut. But yeah, wasn't Cynthia there? Yeah, because of Meloetta. Yeah, it was the Meloetta arc. Gosh, my hair is getting way too long. It is like really bugging me. But yeah, Cynthia's Garchomp was there at Operation Tempest, right? Especially because we see the trade machine with and then we have that double battle where I'm pretty sure Silent was like the MVP of that battle. Because didn't Bulldor get washed like first thing? I don't remember that battle too much. But I'm pretty sure Ash gets like washed early on. Yeah, that Unova team had so much potential, man. Oh, Bulldor protected Crustle from 2 Hyper Beam. That's insane. That is crazy stuff. I can't. It's been so long since I've seen that battle. But damn, good on Bulldor for trying to tank 2 Hyper Beams like that. I mean, makes sense. He's a rock type, you know. What was it? It was Ash and Silent versus... No, it wasn't Ingodam. It was Juniper. First thing that pops up is Cavalier basically tries to kill Bianca. I just realized the music stopped. I think I might have accidentally closed out the tab. Oh well. Bianca was a funny character. She should have gotten a little more like attention. Could have evolved Pikachu. Nah. It was Ash had Pikachu for so long. There was no evolving it. And I'm okay with that, but Pikachu's like, I mean, obviously Pikachu's the mascot. You know, you can't evolve him. Honestly, with the way the Raichu Megas worked out, you could have made Mega Raichu Y into just Mega Pikachu. I feel like people would not have been very mad if you just gave Raichu a Mega and gave Pikachu just because it's Pikachu. All right, apologies. I need to put music back on because this is way too quiet here for me. Black and White 2 music, nice. Yeah, that battle with Bianca and Juniper, if I remember correctly, that battle was not... Like, it showed more for Silent than it did for anyone else, which is fine. You know, Silent is a good gym leader. He deserves good treatment. Let's see something real quick. What made you start a YouTube channel focused on Pokemon stories? It seems like a lot of people are now writing fanfics of such since Journey started. Probably out of frustration / spite. Okay, I can explain this, at least on my end. So I grew up with the Pokemon anime before I started playing the games. So my experience playing the games was more based on how I would see myself as like a Pokemon trainer in the Pokemon anime. So like for the longest time when I was a kid, I was like, oh, my team will be Pikachu, Charizard, Bulbasaur, and stuff like that. But then as like I'm playing the game, and obviously, you know, I can't get those Pokemon straight off the start in Soul Silver and stuff. I'm like, oh, you know, Cyndaquil's on my team, and I have a Typhlosion, and you know, I'm getting like I'm using Ampharos a lot. You know, as I got older, I'm like, okay, obviously I'm not Ash. You know what I mean? There's a lot of Ash Vons that I like. You know, I mean, if you look at my Kanto team already, I've got 2 of the 3 Kanto starters. The Bird, a Pikachu, which evolved, but, you know, there's a lot of Pokemon that, granted, what if channels existed since 2013, 15? Yeah. That is true, but I don't know, at least for when I've played the games, I'm like, okay, what would my team be if this game was an anime? You know, like if my playthrough of this game was an anime. And I think it worked out cool in that regard in the DS era, because in the DS era, you literally had to train your Pokemon. You had to take time to train your Pokemon in like the routes or the trainers and stuff. So it felt like you were actually training and developing your Pokemon like how Ash was in the anime. Like there was literal episodes to training and developing his Pokemon. And that's how it kind of felt playing the games as a kid, especially as I'm watching the show and playing the game. You know what I mean? But, and I think as I just got older, like I said, just the spread between just copying Ash and having my own Pokemon that I like, you know, obviously worked out. Because, like, you take some of my favorite Pokemon, they're obviously from the anime, like, made big appearances in the anime. Electivire, Forterra, they're some of my favorite Sinnoh Pokemon. They're some of my favorite Sinnoh Pokemon. Those are 2 of Paul's main Pokemon. You know what I mean? I love, who else? Obviously Charizard and stuff like that, but, oh, Gen 3, Sceptile. I love Sceptile. That was Ash's main mon in Hoenn. You know what I mean? Like, there's Pokemon that I just love. You know what I mean? And I loved Blaziken as a kid. And that was May's main Pokemon. You know? So it's just all these big appearance, and then Blaziken in X and Y with Blaziken Mask. So, I'm not, I feel like I'm all over the place with this, so I apologize. But, I feel like that, I think I just got rid of the echo like that. But anyways. Oh, no, I didn't. But, I don't know, the way I see it is that, if I, you know, was just how my game teams were and made it into a Pokemon. You know what I mean? It's just, that's kind of how I see it. But I also do want some, like, changes. Because I feel like some, I hate this echo. I'm sorry. It keeps distracting me. But, damn, I'm losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. But I didn't want just straight full evolution Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, final evolution Pokemon. Like, I don't want... You know, because then as soon as you catch the Pokemon, you know what they're gonna become by the end of the series. So it makes the series predictable. That's why I like Ash not evolving all of his Pokemon. Because they can still be cool and, you know, memorable without them reaching their final forms. We've seen that with Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Oshawott. Like, we saw that with so many Pokemon. And so I feel like that also adds a good twist. So I don't know. I wanted to have a good blend of the two. And obviously I don't agree with Ash getting all starters or so many starters from so many different regions. So like I can actually tell you now, I have like all the Pokemon wrote down pretty much of who's going to be who in what series. Not every series do I get a starter Pokemon, like from that region. Like let's say for example Johto, I might not even get a Johto starter. And if I do, it might be 1, maybe 2. Maybe. I don't even know if I'd want to do that. Because, like, my main Pokemon is a starter. So I don't want a whole team of starters. All Journeys needed to do for Ash was to already be placed in the Masters 8 ranks due to the Alola Championship. Yes. With Elite Fours trying to take him down, Go would be the one doing Galar gyms for Peony to recruit him for raids. I can see that. Go is... Journeys was hard, man. You know what I mean? Like, there was so much missed potential in Journeys. I think they did good. Like, I think the Masters 8 was still pretty good, even when the airing was rough. But, yeah, towards the end of Journeys, man, you got the Ash treatment of a lifetime. You know what I mean? Like, you got the Alola crew going up. You got the Moan story happening. Like, the resolution to Lily's father, Lily and Gladion's father. That was a great episode. Or make a side series for Chloe, how they did for Alone or something. I could see that. What they needed to do to develop Chloe and Go better was do what they had in the opening. I don't know if you watched the... I'm guessing you watched the Japanese, the subbed when it was coming out. But in the one opening, it literally like kind of showed off an arc of Ash, Chloe, and Go traveling with Leon in the wild area. And like driving around in his Charizard car. And that arc never happened. It never happened. It was an episode where Ash and Leon were hanging out, and then Sonia and Go were hanging out. Chloe wasn't even there. So I don't know. There was just so... You could have had G-Max Eevee there. Like, there was so much you could have done. There's a lot Alola could have done. Evolve Rowlet. I'm glad they explained why a Rowlet didn't evolve. You know, he held on to that Everstone. Actually see Incineroar battle, yeah. But then it's like, you know, who does Incineroar battle, you know? I mean, it would actually, you know what? A good Incineroar battle would have been, what's his name? Kiawe. Right at the end of the series. Instead of using Lycanroc like he did 90% of the time. And then G-Max Melmetal. Yeah, G-Max Melmetal would have been nice in Journeys. But the road trip arc would have been MPM. Yeah. But man, that was... I remember when that was like opening 3. Oh my gosh. The hype of opening 3 in Pokemon Journey sub is none... Like, there is no other hype that I ever had in the Pokemon anime. I remember when that showed off, and then they were showing, like, the characters with the Pokeballs, and it was, like, going from Cerise to Oak to the lab people, and then all of a sudden you see, what was it? It was Wickstrom, then Iris, and then Gary. Dude, the absolute, like, scream in my voice. When Gary popped up in the opening, I couldn't. There was no holding back. You know, like I said, I already talked about how Gary was one of my favorite characters. And he hadn't been in the anime forever. They revealed Iris and Gary 5 months beforehand, not even me. Yeah, literally. Gosh, man, Gary and Iris coming back was needed. It was needed. Iris never reappeared after Black and White. Gary hadn't been in the actual series since Diamond and Pearl. Like, it was just so necessary. Those were the 2 first characters that needed to come back, and I'm so glad that happened. Dawn not getting a Hisuian Typhlosion, though, was stupid. Especially when Dawn returned like 3 or 4 times. Gary was absent for 12 years. Last time Gary was around, yeah, the 2009 Galactic Arc. That's insane. And then didn't come back till 2020, what was that, 2023? Was that 2023? I think it was either 22 or 23 that Gary came back. Yeah. That was, man. It was cool to see that he got like a Hatterene and a Tyranitar. Like, we got to see new Pokemon from him. We got to see him catch a Regidraco. Like, that was cool. I don't know. It was Gary's such an awesome character. What do you think about Horizons? I do want to ask you that, Kuro, because I honestly have only watched, like, right before the time skip, and then I've watched bits and pieces of the time skip. So I want to know your thoughts. I don't know if you've still been watching Horizons, but I have not been. Mainly because the one anime website that I watched it on got shut down. Journey's had so many red flags the moment. Karina returns only to lose. Yeah. Yeah. Or other 2 starters, that's 2. Yeah, that's true. I feel like the only reason I feel like Karina came back was just to reintroduce Mega Evolutions, because everybody was they were traveling around all the regions. It was a welcome, like a cool return, but yeah, it shouldn't have happened until later. Honestly, you could have just had her return when like the B battle was happening, and it'd been fine. It had just been a cool appearance, you know what I mean? But yeah, her just to have Mega Lucario lose to Dragonite. It was cool power scaling for Dragonite. That was probably the best part of it. Is that we got to see Dragonite battle. You know what I mean? Like, we got to see him battle. That was cool. With, like, the Dragon Dance setups and everything. But I like Horizons. It has its duds, but it's fine. They're trying something new and daring. Of course, it'll have low parts. It follows a structure and theme similar to the manga, so that's why I'm not strained, to be honest. My favorite of that team is Surfetch. Oh, yeah. Man, I'm so glad Surfetch got the comeback that he did. Dude went from getting shafted from the B battle, in the entire rivalry, let's be honest, lost to Hawlucha, didn't even get back into the rematch when the tie happened, and then lost to Hawlucha again in the final battle with B. That sucks. Surfetch got done dirty. But then he came back, Clemont training, Meteor Assault, Drasna battle. What else? I'm missing something. Rinto! That's what it was. Rinto, bro. Evolving. Like, the whole evolution thing with Rinto. That series, and I wish Rinto had more appearances. That character was cool. Like, if he could have showed up in, like, an Ultra Class battle with Mega Gallade. Come on, man. The setup was right there. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure... What, wasn't that Rinto battle what got him into the Ultra Class? Surfetch got no knockouts versus Leon. Said it's like and roll. Oh yeah, BDSP promo. I never even thought of it like that, but yeah, that is true. I will say, with Surfetch not getting a knockout on Leon, I'm okay with that because of how they still treated it when Dracovish got the win. Like, because Surfetch got damage down on that insane steroided Rillaboom and sadly got taken out. But like I said, Surfetch did work on that Rillaboom. He did work. And then Dracovish came in to finish it. And like how the finishing Dragon Rush had like the shadow of Surfetch charging with him. Like I don't know, it kind of reminds me of like almost Gohan versus Cell. Like, just like, and then Goku's in the shadow, he's like, you can do it! That's kind of like how the Surfetch thing went. That was sick. So at least it's like, it was Dracovish's and Surfetch's win. And it makes sense for those two because those two trained together when they were with Pokémon. You know, they had their little gags and everything. They had the battle with Drasna, where they both were staying out of their Pokeball. The friendship of Surfetch and Dracovish was really, really cool. That Rillaboom is super fusion of Ash's. That is so true. Ash's Sceptile and Bird, yeah. All he needed was... Well, he had a transformation, essentially. I was going to say all he needs is a transformation. But he did with the G-Max. Gosh. That Rillaboom is so... Rillaboom got more wins in the Masters 8 than his Charizard did. That's the crazy part. Leon's Charizard took down Malamar Charizard, and then Dianthus Gardevoir, and then Ash's... Wait, did Charizard... Charizard never got a win in the Ash battle. Right? No, he didn't. He just faced Ash's Pikachu, and that was it. That is crazy. But then Rillaboom went ahead to off-screen wipe out, what, 4 or 5 of Diantha's Pokemon? In the same battle? You're telling me you knocked out 4 of a champion's Pokemon? And you're not even the ace? That was crazy. Like, that was ballistic. It would have been more understandable if it was, like, his unbeatable Charizard. But no, it being Rillaboom is crazy. Meanwhile, Pikachu defeats 2 Mons from each champion, totaling a team of... Real? I can understand that a little bit. I don't think Pikachu should have defeated Cradily. I wish they would have just, like, Gengar... I don't know. That Steven battle wasn't very good. But, he tied with Spiritomb. Because of Destiny Bond. But I guess you still could consider that a win because he took down Spiritomb before Destiny Bond kicked in. So, I guess that makes sense. But... What? And then... Oh, and he took down Gastrodon. That's right. That's right. I thought it was just Spiritomb. Yeah, and that sucked too because... Excuse me. Gengar and Dragonite got shafted until the Leon battle. Almost. Like, Gengar got a win against Aggron, which wasn't very good. It was just Dazzling Gleam and Burn. But they really had Ash versus Steven instead of Lance and put Alon there to fight Steven. What a... Yeah! Yeah, bro. You remember that battle from X and Y? Or the Mega Evolution specials? Like, Mega Metagross... like, Meteor Mash Charizard into a mountain. That was crazy. That was raw, man. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I'm fine with Ash not fighting Alon. Like, because it wouldn't have been the same without Greninja. That's just a fact. But, yo, Benny, what is up? What is up, my boy? But... Yeah, Ash fighting Steven is, like, one of the most... Like, you had so many better options. You could have done Lance. You could have done Diantha. You could have done... Well, no, he fought Iris already. Oh, that was what got him into the Ultra Class was Iris, not Rinto. But, you could have had him fight Iris again, for all I know. You know what I mean? Like, Ash Ketchum, hello, welcome. X and Y battles was nukes. This is why Alon Zard had to be... Journey's budget isn't good enough to blow up stadiums. That is so true. I will say, competitively, Charizard getting... Mega Charizard X getting Flare Blitz instead of Blast Burn makes sense. Because Mega Charizard X is a physical attacker. I know we don't put that kind of logic necessarily into the anime at all. But it makes sense in a degree. Yeah, and I also... They had to nerf Alon. You know what I mean? Like, Leon's the new big bad with the Charizard. Just sent friendship request. Elite Trainer Benny. X and Y was so peak, but Greninja's moves were so controversial to me. Yeah, the Night Slash instead of Cut thing. Yeah. But yeah, I get why Alon didn't have Megazard X keep Blast Burn. Oh, in Discord, okay. The Shalor City venue had different fields, but Wyndon Stadium did not. Oh, probably because yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, the stadium changes didn't really bother me because the Masters 8 wasn't even that big to begin with. Like, once you got through the first round, there was 4 people left. Username is Ash Ketchum. Okay, I'll take a look at it later. I'd prefer if Palmer was there because of BDSP. Yeah, that'd have been better. And especially since Ash battled him. That would have been better. And then you could have had... And that... Yeah. Like you said, BDSP. You know, you could have Barry come back. Make even a cameo of that battle. Like, there's... Honestly, one question. If you had to fight one gym leader from any region, which would you choose? If I had to fight any gym leader. I would say because Palmer is a champion of a sub-region being the battles. Yeah, that makes sense. Or Brandon. Brandon would have been cool, but also Brandon would have been way too overpowered. But if I had to choose a trainer, Benny, or a gym leader, it would probably be. I'll go with Raihan. Because Raihan was like a pretty much Elite Four member, but was a gym leader. So I'd say Raihan. But yeah, Palmer would have been great. It sucks we really never got to see the actual Battle Frontier people from Pokemon Platinum. Like we got to see them, like Buck and all them, but we never saw like Ash battle them or anything. They were just there for an episode or two and then they were gone. Like, okay, I go with Leon. I beat him in my playthrough in Sword and Shield, but it was hell for me. Oh, Leon's a champion, not a gym leader. But yeah, if Palmer would have been really cool because he also has diverse Pokemon too. I mean, I know he has Milotic like Cynthia does. That's another thing we could talk about. Why Cynthia did not use Como or Glaceon in any battle in the Masters 8. She had other Pokemon that we knew about and she never used them. Why? She had Como come up in the what was it, the BDSP arc there, like that 2-parter or whatever, just to show up and do one thing, and that was it. And then we never saw it again. That was a cool reveal because of Pokemon Masters. Do you agree Ash should have beaten Alon? Yes. Why you would have two or three rival fights, and then have him lose in the league? Whoa! I can't now. I gotta actually pull this up. Y'all got big chats coming in. I also have such a big font for the chat. There we go. Sorry to itch my foot. But hold up. Now I gotta pull up chat. Hold up. I'm sorry. So, you know what? In hindsight, if XY writers knew the league was going to be in Lumios, they could have had Clement defeat Ash for Gym 5, and then Ash wins a rematch for Gym 8. Ooh, that would have been cool. Have, like, the companion be the last gym leader. That would have been crazy. Chespin and its Evos can learn paralysis moves like Thunder Punch and Body Slam. Glaceon, Freeze Dry, Wood Cook, Dracovish. Yeah, that's true. Palmer, I never completely played Sinnoh games, but I know they're good, except how controversial the remakes are. Yeah. Do you think Ash could beat Diantha for the title of Kalos League champion if he had prep time? Oh yeah. You remember when Ash fought Diantha with Greninja before he even mastered the form? Dude, he had Gardevoir on the ropes. Prospect question: will there be a movie or a movie level event? Probably. I think it would be. I thought about doing like a movie level thing for Lugia, but the thing is, Lugia is going to be like the long-term series kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like it would essentially just be the Ho-Oh for Ash. You know what I mean? Like he'd appear. Obviously, though, Hunter is going to battle Lugia, unlike Ash really did. He hadn't used Pikachu and got Iron Tail. Yeah, that sucks that the Pikachu battle was kind of interrupted by Team Rocket, but Gardevoir was struggling to feed his frog, literally. But dude, Greninja had Gardevoir on the ropes. Like, and that's where Diantha really got disrespected. Every champion before Diantha had been shown off to be untouchable. And then Ash's X-Ray run was so good that you had Diantha on the ropes. Diantha was not really seen as unbeatable at all much. She had like one or two battles where she knocked a trainer on their ass. But that was it. You know, like Ash had no problem 1v1ing a champion. Paul went 6 for 1 on Cynthia's Garchomp and lost. Mid-series. Gardevoir didn't even use Moonblast. Did? Oh, no, it used Shadow Ball. That, yeah. Sorry, I meant Greninja. Yeah. But, yeah, like, there was a reason Diantha got 3v1 or 3v6 in the Leon fight. You know what I mean? Like, knocked out Dracopult, got 4v1 by Rillaboom, and then got wrapped up with Charizard. You know what I mean? Like, got it. Got it. Like, people talked about how her defeating Lance was kind of, like, respectable. Not really. She just had a disgusting advantage. Literally, 2 of Lance's Pokemon were weak to Gardevoir. 1 Moonblast on Hydreigon and he ate the dirt. You know what I mean? It was cool to see Lance had a Hydreigon, but that you weren't standing up to Mega Gardevoir. I feel like ARN would like you or Kale in the series. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean by that? But yeah, I don't. Diantha really got to, and I will say, it's kind of ironic because I also feel like Diantha is the easiest in-game champion. Because X and Y in general is too easy, but I feel like Diantha is one of the easiest champions. Like, if I remember, so when I played X and Y, I had Raichu and I had Charizard, and then I had I forget who else. I had my other Kalos Pokemon, like Greninja and stuff. It's not that Diantha is strong. It's just the fact that she has strong Elite Four to back her up. Kalos League is probably recent, too. If Diantha was a champ that long, so easily. Yeah. League stadiums were being built, yeah. That makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. It's just... I don't think Diantha should have been able to struggle as much plot-wise. You know, because then it may... You know, if Ash is almost knocking her out before 8 badges, or maybe it was at 8 badges. I think it was before. No, it was before because it was before they mastered Ash Greninja form. Before 8 gyms, you're losing to a trainer on a 1v1 with your ace being Mega Evolved. I don't know. I don't think that's... I don't know. Even if you're good, even if you're easy in the main games, you know what I mean? Kanto League fair, no. I'm going to stop right there at Kanto League being fair. Because if we're talking about the anime, yeah, we're talking about the anime because of World Coronation Series. Ash should not have lost to Richie. Using Charizard was stupid. Ash was stupid in Kanto. But honestly, Richie had Butterfree, Pikachu, and Charmander. Ash had Kingler, Muck. He didn't have Snorlax yet. I know Pidgeotto was out, you know. Squirtle. Let's also talk about that. Squirtle got disqualified for being asleep. Are you kidding me? That was dumb. That was bad writing. Kanto League's not fair. Simple as that. Johto League fair? Yeah. That was a close call. Hoenn League fair? I don't like Tyson. But he was pretty strong, so I'll give it to him. Unova League, absolute disrespect. I mean, it was still good. Or no, Unova League, absolute Unova League just sucked. Kalos League, question mark. It's 50-50. Alola League, rigged. No. Ash deserved that. His competition wasn't very strong. And then World Coronation Series, underrated but peak. It had its flaws. But the ending was peak. Pikachu defeated Mons of Leon, Cynthia, and Steven Stone, backing him up, facing Arceus and matching Palkia, Spatial Rend. Yeah, I guess so. I think people forget Ash could have won a league ever since Hoenn. He only lost to the winner after 3 full battles several doubles with only a fresh team, and he didn't. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, he should have won the Sinnoh League. He was set up to win the Sinnoh League. He almost had a fully evolved team. He beat his best rival ever. Like, you seriously had to get a full team of legendaries to make sure Ash didn't win. Unova League was dumb. You had him lose to Cameron, who beat 3 of Ash's Pokemon and evolved. 2 of Ash's Pokemon evolved into Lucario and then beat Pikachu. That was dumb. And then Kalos League, I mean, come on. We knew how close he was. That's 3 leagues in a row that he was like, that he just, it was essentially robbed of. Did she also get Bulbasaur from Professor Oak or from the wild? I'm guessing you're talking about Arm. Arm got Bulbasaur from Professor Oak. Corphish didn't evolve yet. Yeah, there was no Crawdon. It was just Corphish. But yeah, I don't know. And also, I will say, Ash's team pick for honestly, Pignite and my. All right, let me finish up with Tobias though. Having Torkoal in the in the Tobias battle was dumb. Gibble made a Gibble didn't make sense. Swallow was fine. Swallow had great feats to where I don't mind it being in the Tobias battle. Sceptile made sense. I mean, he defeated Darkrai. Heracross made sense. Who else did he have? Gibble, Sceptile, Torkoal, Swallow. Who am I missing? Torkoal, Swallow, Sceptile, Gibble. Who was the other Pokemon that Ash used? I mean, it got bodied, but it doesn't matter. But honestly, Pignite, in my opinion, and Unova had so much potential that was wasted. Yeah, Pignite should have been an Emboar. It's not only the fact that Tobias had legendaries, it's the fact they made him bring Torkoal and Gibble. The sabotaging of Ash wasn't solely on his opponent, it was also optimal. Yeah. Put Kingler in there or something. Yeah. Kingler had good feats, so why did you name him Arm? Just to not name her Leaf and also have like a different name that also resembled plants. Use Snorlax versus Darkrai. That'd have been cool. Nah, that'd have been sick actually. Because Ash has utilized Sleep with Snorlax before. So that would have made sense. You could have just... Well, I mean, he did the Sleep Talk thing with Heracross, but... remind me, what was the full team of Tobias Crow Blitz? Well, I mean, we only saw 2, which was Latios and Darkrai. But... Yeah, Darkrai versus Snorlax would have been a cool... I don't know. They did him so bad. Who was Ash's other Pokemon? I'm missing one. Oh, obviously Pikachu. I'm so dumb, bro. Yeah, so it was Torkoal, Swallow, Gibble, Heracross, Sceptile. Yeah, that was not a good team. Only half of it was good. Yeah, Torkoal and Gibble just shouldn't have been there. One Dark Pulse and it was over. Remember in Johto when Harrison's Hypno? Yeah, that too. There was that. And then there was the rest in the Battle Frontier fight. And then I think that was the last battle Snorlax had. He had like an on-screen or off-screen finishing against Grumpig. But why didn't you do your team like in the series? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, woke up, pissed off, and just mollywopped him with Hyper Beam. That was it. You know, we could have seen something cool like that in the Tobias fight. So Snorlax is bear-based and hibernation. Yeah. Snorlax just got shafted in that league. Kind of sucked. I'm trying to think who who else he could have used in that Tobias fight besides Gibble and Torkoal. Obviously literally anybody, but Snorlax would have been really good in that fight. He only did like one part of a 3-on-3 battle. Why didn't you do your team in the series in Cobblemon? Just to mainly have different Pokemon. I don't want all of my series to be connected on the same Pokemon. That's mainly it. I want some differentials. I don't want every game to have Charmander, and Charizard. I have a series on a channel that's based on Charizard, or based around my partner being Charizard, so I don't want it to be the whole thing. All right, so for writing, I'm okay with talking about this. I'm still going to talk about all the anime stuff. I am going to write something down from my series though. DP Ash would have been the guy that said Darkrai or Bulbasaur versus Darkrai. I could see that. Spelling with Leech Seed and then revealing Sleep Powder. Yeah. I'm glad that we got like an actual Bulbasaur appearance in Sinnoh. Like when he was looking for Heracross. But yeah, that'd have been cool. Sinnoh Ash would be the type of guy to put Darkrai asleep, taste its own poison. Yeah. I named my Charizard Natsu from Fairy Tail. I've never watched Fairy Tail, but I need to, that's one on my list. Bulbasaur avenging Heracross's loss. Yeah. They could have made like Bulbasaur reveal sleep powder, like he learned sleep powder to put Heracross to sleep to not suck on his bulb all the time. That'd have been cool. Like Bulbasaur's there's just like a little flashback at Professor Oak's, like Bulbasaur's just pissed off at Heracross from sucking on his bulb. Then he just puts him to sleep with sleep powder from his bulb. That'd have been cool. I love Heracross, man. Heracross is probably my favorite Gen. Heracross and Fur are probably my favorite Gen 2 mons. Love them. I think I need to pick up on Blaze Black 2 again and finish that game. But I do want to play Storm Silver or just do like a randomizer Nuzlocke of Soul Silver. I love Soul. It's like the music and everything. I just love the size and everything of Soul Silver. Pokemon could have benefited from a Pokemon only series at Professor Oak's lab. We don't need voice acting for that. That alone would be better than Chronicles. Yeah. Or if you remember in Journeys, I remember Lumia's trainer Zach said this, or Zach Toshi. When we had the episode of Go's Pokemon, like there was all kinds of little banter things for Go's Pokemon and stuff. Having an episode like that for Ash's Pokemon would have been so peak. It would have been awesome. But it was cool, like Bulbasaur the Ambassador. We had the whole plot of like Bulbasaur getting settled into the lab and everything. We could have just had episodes like that. You know what I mean? And no one would have been mad. That would have been okay, even like or just do like in like Kalos or Alola where we got minimal to no Ash return or Ashmon returns. We could have had like, if you remember the little like Professor Oak short specials, this was only in the Japanese version. But like Professor Oak would have like a little bit with the Pokemon. It was either at the end of the episode or like in between commercials or something like that. Professor Oak would be talking with like about a certain Pokemon from Kalos, whether it be like a Mega form or like a Pokemon that had a special appearance in that episode. You could have had like Ash's Pokemon, like a little bit of Ash's Pokemon. You know, that would have made up for Ash's Pokemon not returning at all, or not even being seen in X and Y. But I also so I've been watching Dragon Ball Z. I'm working on the Dragon Ball series right now. I am almost done with Dragon Ball Z. I'm on like 220 something. But so I'm in the middle of the Boo arc. But I found out the other day that the voice actor for Goku in Dragon Ball Z is the same voice actor as Jimmy, aka like Gold, in the anime in Pokemon Chronicles, in what was that, the Legend of Thunder or something like that. He plays actually I'll just play the clip, 'cause I might not be able to. Maybe. Hold on. I just want to do the Pokemon, the Typhlosion laughing video. Yeah, it's only 11 seconds, so I'm not too worried about it. There's an echo. I don't get what the hell is with the echo. Never mind. I don't really want to play it now. But like the Typhlosion laughing, where he's like, and then Jimmy's like, that's Goku's voice actor. That was crazy. I did not expect that. But then once I started watching Dragon Ball, and then I saw someone post about that on, I think it was on Twitter. I was like, damn, that's crazy. While we're doing this, though, I want to see if I can get rid of this echo. Sorry, you guys might be part of this little experiment. All right, let's see if I can fix this. Nope. Let's try this. I don't know if that's better or not, but I think that did it. I think I fixed it. Let me pull up like a regular video. You know what? A good example. Actually, nah. Kuro, do you care if I pull up one of your videos real quick? Actually, we can just pull up one of mine. We can just do that. I think I got rid of like that echo. So let's pull up. We'll pull up a Pokemon Prospect episode. Yeah, we'll pull up the last Pokemon Prospect part. That's what we'll do. Well, fires off to go chasing after him. The group watches Hunter, Charmeleon, and the Tauros go by, agreeing that throwing that rock was a very stupid idea. After lots of running, Hunter and Charmeleon get caught in a web and get pulled up into a tree as the Tauros keeps on running. This is how Hunter and Charmeleon end up meeting Janine, a ninja in training, helping her father keep the Savari Zone in order, along with her partner Aaron. I'm working on Hunter thanks them for the save and asks if she can help them find his friends, and she happily accepts. We cut back to the group as they are looking for Hunter and Charmeleon, but they end up running into Ace with his newly evolved Jolteon.
revealing that his Eevee from before evolved with a Thunderstone. He asks where that idiot Hunter is at, and the group say that they are looking for him, as they got separated from him. Ace laughs, saying how it makes sense for Hunter to be lost in a place like this, saying only an idiot truly would be. The group really can't defend Hunter much in this case because he was kind of an idiot for thinking rocks and Tauros could go together. The three of them tell Ace about the professor coming tomorrow to pick them up to bring them back to Pallet Town for the day. He thanks them for letting him know and asks if they are needing any help finding Hunter. This kind of surprises them, as they didn't expect him to be so nice and offer to help them. He tells them that it's mainly to throw shade at Hunter for getting lost, but the group appreciate the help anyways as they go to look for him. After looking for a while, they all end up reuniting.
Yeah, you can hear the echo in that.
And Ace instantly going for Hunter for getting lost so quickly in this place. Janine asks Hunter how he knows Ace, as he reveals that they have been rivals since they went to her father Koga and received the Soul Badge. Hunter confirms this, but tells her that they are all heading back to Pallet Town tomorrow for the day.
That is so
and
weird.
asks Janine if she could talk to Koga about a gym battle after he comes back.
Was there even
she
an
responds
echo,
saying
like,
that she'll
at
make
all
sure
in
to
that?
put in a good word for him,
Did
but
you
to
guys
be
hear
ready
it, or
for
was
the
that
gym
just on
battle
my
when
end?
he gets back. Ace jumps in, saying for her not to even waste her time, because Hunter is nowhere near his level. This prompts Hunter to challenge Ace to a battle, since they never got the chance to do so back on the SS Anne. Ace scoffs, but accepts, saying how he hopes Hunter has gotten a little bit stronger since then. They leave the Safari Zone and find a battle.
I thought it was cool that
as Janine offers to be the referee, and they all agree to Hunter in the SS Anne. The battle begins with Hunter sending out Raichu as Ace
and so this battle was like
Hunter grins, knowing that he has the advantage off the start, and calls for Raichu to use Quick Attack. Ace has Dodrio use Agility to dodge, and then go for Drill Peck. So Hunter has Raichu use Thunder Punch to fight it back as the two moves cancel each other out. Hunter then calls for another Thunder Punch, and Ace responds calling for double.
Between like all this
Raichu fights off the two hits with Thunder Punch,
did you hear
but
the
Ace
video,
then
like,
calls for
echoing, like, it sounded
Dodrio's
like you
third
heard it
head to
twice?
use Drill Peck.
Or was that
Landing
just
a
on
direct
my
hit
end?
on
'Cause this could
Raichu
just be
doing
how I'm
good
hearing it in my
damage.
headphones. I have
Ace
no
then
idea.
follows up with Uproar, and Hunter tells Raichu to use Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt does a little bit of damage, but as the Uproar gets stronger, Raichu's Thunderbolt is being pushed back more and more. So Hunter has Raichu use Dig to get out of the way and move in close. Ace calls for Drill Peck on the ground to dig Raichu out.
This was, I loved making
Welcome
this.
to the always fascinating world of Pokemon.
I
The
basically
most
did like a little
diverse
twist.
and
of,
unusual creatures on the planet. They can be found up in the sky,
like the movie intros.
under the sea, in the forests, living in towns, and under the ground you're walking on as well. One can see Pokemon in every corner of the world.
This is so long.
People in Pokemon forming all kinds of bonds and living harmoniously in a world made just for them. And as many Pokemon as there are just as many dreams to follow and just as many adventures to come. And as you all know, there are so many different Pokemon timelines and universes where the stories of different
Like the first
Pokemon
video I
trainers
watched of your series.
and
Oh,
Pokemon
really?
can come from. We have
I'm
all
glad to hear
seen
that.
many different stories unfold throughout the years, from completely different Pokemon universes, such as the games, the anime, and the manga, and all of them holding many similarities and differences to other stories. And today is no different.
I haven't
Today
finished with the
is
Gengar
where a
game
new
yet.
story from a whole new timeline begins, with many more people and Pokemon to meet along the way, and many more battles to take part in. Welcome everyone to a brand new series known as Pokémon Prospect.
Damn, bro. 2
Episode
years
1.
ago, almost.
Trainers, Pokemon, and Prospect.
Oh yeah, remember when I did titles, episode titles? That was when I was planning on doing this, as like trying to make this as like a weekly anime thing. Not happening anymore. That I couldn't get them out fast enough, so I need to just start making them bigger. Also, here's a quick leak in this message that happens. Fuecoco found its way to Kanto. Oh, in your series, I see what you're saying. Nice, that's interesting. It's kind of like how Pokemon Horizons was with Fuecoco meeting Roy. That's cool. Yeah, I was really happy with that first trailer. It wasn't even meant to be a trailer. It was meant to be the beginning of part 1. But Coco has to be my favorite fire starter besides Charizard. I honestly was gonna choose Coco in what's it called? Scarlet and Violet. But I just never did. Or well, I did, but I traded it to the girl I was dating at the time because honestly, the Gen 9 starters don't really interest me. I don't know. I just don't like it.
You know what?
I gotta bounce. I gotta bounce. It's dinner time for me. Do you have a link for Discord server? I do not have a Discord server anymore because I don't know how to set one up with bots and everything because I don't have time to manage my own Discord server. And I also don't know how to like set it up and stuff. But if you want to add me on Discord, go ahead. And if you want, we can message there. That'd probably be the best way. Or if you want, message me on Twitter. But yeah, as of right now, I don't have a like channel Discord. I want one, but every time I make one, it becomes a mess and it just doesn't work. So, it's snowing outside for me. Nice. Actually, we're just now getting the snow melted from like 2 weeks ago. We had that really big snowstorm hit here in the like the middle east of the U.S. and we had like national like state of emergency. I think there's levels to like state of emergency weather storms, but I've never seen one for snow, and we had one for that day, and we had like businesses closing down for the day and everything. Because once like a state mandate thing or a state of emergency kind of happens, that's when like they don't want you to go out. You know what I mean? We're finally just now getting the snow to melt. We got like, I think they said it was supposed to be a foot of snow. I think we got it. Foot and a half or something. It was a lot of snow. And maybe it wasn't a foot. It might have been less than a foot. It was probably like 10 inches. It was a lot. It was just all in within like less than a day. And just the temperature was down, so. Have you ever played Cuphead? No. I've tried it, but that's a very hard game. It's not easy. So I give people credit for who can like beat that, because I know it's a really hard game. Excuse me. What starters do you think will be in Gen 10? Like, what old starters will be in Gen 10? Is that what you're talking about? No new starters. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It's hard to guess because I think in Gen 9 that's where they went like out of the loop of the fire starters being like the different. Eevee 2012. What's your favorite Pokemon? Charizard, but I also some of my favorites are like Raichu, Clodsire, Terra, Electivire, Urshifu. Really like Urshifu. Those are some of my favorites. Welcome to the stream, by the way. New starters, I could see if they did for a water starter, it'd be cool if they did like a 3-stage, I would want to see like a dolphin, another dolphin Pokemon, but I know we got one with Palafin. what are your opinion on Japanese Pokemon packs? I have a couple, I think. Let's see what my cards. I think I have a Pokemon here, actually. Right in this Mega Evolution box. I think this is where I keep my cards. Yeah. I should have a couple Japanese cards in here, but I don't have any packs, obviously. I'm gonna see what cards I have. Some of my favorites, though, like right here, I have a Full Art Raichu. Cute little guy. Full Art Groudon. These are all English, obviously. I might not have any more Japanese ones. I might have gotten rid of them. Because they weren't like super rare cards or anything. My cousin went to Japan though, and he got a pack of Japanese cards from me. Let's see, I have a bunch of cards that I kept from the 151 set, the Scarlet Violet 151. But I don't have much else after that. Oh, here's a notable one. This is not the plated one either. I got this Full Art Gold Mew. I don't think it's really worth anything. But... oh, I forgot I had this. Rainbow Lugia. Let's see what else I got. Ah, one of my favorite cards. I actually brought this up in one of my Cobblemon episodes. But, here is my Full Art Minior. This is probably one of my favorite Pokemon cards ever. Extra sleeves. Oh wait, no. Here's one. Here's one. I have a Japanese card. Yep, this is the one I kept. Full Art VMAX Garbodor. Or Garbodor. Pretty cool. I just got my first Japanese chase cards today. My favorite. Nice. Pokemon Radical Red is a hard game I played, and Brock is OP. My starter in the randomized mode of Radical Red was probably Sobble. Yeah, and it was Drizzile at the time, and it still couldn't beat Brock. Yeah, you gotta have like 6 Pokemon probably. Hold and Sar from a Japanese pack, and it's cool. Cool to what? What Pokemon did you get? An SAR. Oh, a dash bun. Oh, okay. I have a Cerulege card that has the move that does 220 damage. Nice. I'll make a deck with that. Okay, gotta go now. Bye. Well, thank you for coming by, Benny. It was good having you. We'll see you next time. Sorry if I'm quiet. I'm just trying to get some writing done here. I almost finished with my 1999 Pokemon base set unlimited collection. Nice, very nice. What all do you have left? I need the Charizard and Venusaur. Ooh, nice. What is my favorite Pokemon video game? Probably either Ultra Sun or Heart Gold or Soul Silver. Those are two of the games that I just genuinely love playing the most. Ultra Sun, I think, just has so much more content. I think it's one of the most underrated enhanced versions of a Pokemon game. And then Soul Silver is like nostalgia. First Pokemon game, has a lot of content. One of the best overall Pokemon games. I love Ruby, nice. I wasn't the biggest on Ruby. I have Omega Ruby. That was actually my first run of them, I think. Because I don't think I ever played the Game Boy Advance until like, I was able to get run packs and stuff. Or emulators, but but yeah. Gen 3 is fun. Who is your starter? What's your team for that? I don't know, I haven't played on my Nintendo DS in 2 years. Ah, okay. Do you have any favorites from Ruby? Like, do you have any main Pokemon that are your favorites? Loved C-Dot. Nice. That's a cute little guy. He's a cutie. I wanted to collect a C-Dot Master Set. What is that? You're talking about like a card set? Like a deck? Or what are you talking about? Excuse me. Yeah. You Collect all the sea dots. Nice. Be the undeniable sea dot master, huh? That's cool. I've been streaming for... Holy shit, I've almost been streaming for 3 hours. Wow. Alright. Well, I think I'll probably call that quits then. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Calm my voice down, considering I lost my voice earlier this week, so I probably shouldn't be going on yapping sprees too much, so I'll probably end it for today. Thank you guys for coming out, though. I appreciate it. Had a great time today. Yeah, I'll try to stream sometime again here soon. I feel like I don't get as much done during streams, which is fine. I have a good time chatting. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.